Our next speaker is an American-born Mexican luchador from El Paso, former NWA welterweight and UVA world lightweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Cassandro. Yes, we can do that. Kuma, come on out. It's going to be sort of an interview format, so give it up for Kuma once again.
So, hello again, everybody. As you mentioned, my name is Kuma, and I am an artist. What some people don't know about me is that I also trained as a sumo, so I have a really close connection to wrestling. So I'm very excited to have Cassandro, if you would come a little bit closer into the light so we can all see you. So we're going to have a little bit of a guided discussion, less of a Q&A, more guided, more Cassandro than me. And so I'm going to open it up and let Cassandro tell you a little bit about who they are and what they do and how that fits into who we are and what we do and gender diversity and beautifulness.
Bueno, hi everybody. It's an honor and a privilege to be here standing among you guys, my brothers and my sisters in community. I'm born and raised in El Paso, Texas. I've been, y arriba Juárez. I'm a professional wrestler. I've been wrestling for 31 years. I was the first gay exotico to be the world champion back in 1991. Coming from I've been a fatherless kid for many years. I was a fatherless kid for many years, and I was told very, very young as a kid that I couldn't be myself because I was gonna burn in hell, and I couldn't dress how I dressed because I was gonna burn in hell, and I made my life a burning hell. And then when I went into Lucha Libre, those were my first heroes that I met that were flesh, and I could ask for an autograph, I can ask for a picture, and those were my first heroes. It wasn't like Spider-Man or Wonder Woman. This was luchadores and luchadoras in real life. And when I went into training, I never wanted to be a wrestler, but something in me just liked it. I went to my first training session and they kicked my ass really bad. And I loved it and I went back for more. And I have broken a lot of barriers and a lot of stereotypes being an openly gay wrestler in Mexico City in a culture, in a country that's very machista, and then me coming along and being the wrestler that I am. And then I made a decision. I was gonna wear pantyhose, makeup, bathing suits, and I was gonna go the whole bling, and I was gonna go all out. And so yeah, that's how I started my story in the Lucha Libre ring. And I guess I had to work double or triple of the amount that any other wrestler or normal wrestler would have worked hard, but because I already was labeled and I was already, fingers were pointing at me, I worked double or triple as hard as anybody else, and that made me the one that I am today. Just a little bit, I've done a lot of stuff in 31 years, and I've been through a lot of surgeries. And also, I have a plate with 9 pins on the left, a plate with 4 pins on the right. I bought my teeth 3 times. I don't know how many times, 8 times for head concussions, and well, it's a lucha libre, not a wrestler, not a beauty parlor. And but I always been an activist. I always been a defender of our freedom and our hope. And we as a community, exoticos, it's called our gender that we are gay wrestlers. That's just what they call us, exoticos. And I told Pimpinela, we're gonna do this crazy thing, and we're gonna go all out in lucha libre. And we have broken a lot of stereotypes. And nowadays we even have transgender people wrestling, which is amazing. And we have a lot. Lucha Libre Mexicana has the biggest diversity in wrestling. We have the midgets, we have the women, we have the men, we have the exoticos, we have the street fighters, the aggressive ones, And then there's Cassandro. Now that last year we premiered a documentary of my life in Cannes Film Festival. So I've been traveling around the world with it for 13 months now. And who would have thought that this fatherless kid from the barrio in Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas was gonna be somebody, a role model, or somebody that somebody wanted an autograph. Like I was just asked, I was like, what? But it's amazing when you want to be part of the solution and not part of the problem. And I wanted to always be part of the solution, and I wanted to always do more for my community. And I also have an indigenous community back in where I'm from. And do you guys know what danza azteca is? No, danza azteca with the feathers and yeah, I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer for danza azteca. I'm also a sun dancer in my indigenous ceremonies, and that's what keeps me still alive. Because I first had to discover who I was not, to then discover who I really am. And this is who I really am today. I'm not that guy that they told me that I wasn't gonna accomplish nothing, because I have accomplished a lot more than what they told me. And that's just a very nice thing. What happened for me last year in the documentary, I was in a festival in Argentina, Mar de Plata, and then the best documentary award went to Cassandro el Exótico, and it was given by Signis community, the Catholic community, and that was a big accomplishment that I felt, that the Catholic community was honoring a luchador that's gay and for the best documentary of his life. And that was just a big opening, how we've come along nowadays. And go ahead.
Sure. So I do have a couple of questions for you prepared.
Yes, I'm gay.
All right. Oh, lovely. I guess we're done then. So for the people that have not seen the documentary about your life, it goes into some of the struggles that you have been through, and I was wondering, because our community, a lot of people do deal with depression, suicidality, abuse, substance abuse issues. How have you found healing through luchador, through lucha, and what would you tell the community as far as that kind of support?
Lucha Libre is the craziest thing I had ever done. That's where I became a big addict. I didn't drink, I didn't drug. I was 18 years old. I left to Mexico City because if you wanted to be somebody, you had to go taste luck over there. And then I became an addict just to be part of. I wanted to be part of the elite group of luchadores in Mexico. And then after every event, they would give me a beer, and I was like, no, I don't drink, thank you. And they were like, get the heck out of here. I was like, really? And then they started giving out more stuff, and I ended up stuffing my feelings with drugs and alcohol, because I was an abused kid, physically, emotionally, sexually, every abuse you can get from age 6 to age 17. I had many abusers until I said, no more. No, nobody's gonna hurt me no more. And I went back to my belief system. I went back to my higher power. My life's changed June 4th of 2003, when I walked into a detox center in El Paso, Texas, and I said, I need help, I just wanna fucking die. And I just wanted to die. I didn't want to live no more. And all this stuff that I've been through, I'm also mental health. You know, that part of my spiritual journey has helped me heal that little fatherless kid, because now I can tell you that after I worked without my father, when I turned 40 years old, I said, you know what, I need my father back. So I went and I talked to him. We talked for long hours. I blamed him for everything, and I had to forgive him for nothing, because that guy didn't have compassion, didn't know how to love. He was just a provider. He wasn't a parent. And today I can tell you that my dad has been in all my 8 surgeries, and he has been the one that has been lifting me up. And today the guy that I most love is my father. He's my best father that I have. So that's where the healing process starts. That's where it started for me. I was introduced to a 12-step program. I stayed clean, 14 years. And it worked, and I discovered who I'm at and who I am. And I mean, I've wrestled at the Museum of the Louvre for Fashion Week. I've done amazing things when I should be dead, or so many say. But they're not God. It's on God's time, not on their time. But Lucha Libre is one of the craziest ambientes. It's drugs, sex, rock and roll, and plus some, and plus some, and plus some. Because that's how we deal with the physical pain and with the emotional pain. We stuff our feelings with something that's toxic for our bodies. And then I had to discover who I really am. Because I was like, this is not me. This is not me. This is not you, Saul. My real name is Saul. And I was like, this is not you. And then I worked my whole journey. I have my counselors, my psychologist. I do the whole thing. I want to be part of the solution, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to heal me. Because it's easier to heal you guys, but to heal me is one of the most toughest things that I continue to do. But I ain't stopping. I'm strong enough to go through whatever it is, and I'm gonna be okay. That's what I tell myself, because I believe I'm okay today.
So we have a few minutes left, so I have one last question. So the Exoticos originally were villains, more or less, and since you have been participating, that has changed. How did that come about, and how did you take a character that was so demonized and villainized and turn it into something that is celebrated?
When I started wrestling, they told me that I had to wear a mask because that's just the way it was. And I was like, no, I don't feel comfortable with the mask. And my teacher, Rey Mysterio, he was like, no, you gotta wear a mask and then we'll talk about it later. And then it was 1988, there was a soap opera, maybe some of you that are Latinos can remember, Rosa Salvaje, era una novela de Verónica Castro. It was this soap opera and they were looking for an exótico and they were giving the exótico Rosa Salvaje's name. I was like, really? I can't be that name, that's not for me. But I had to go through it because I wanted a chance. And then I became Cassandro in 1989. And I left to Tijuana, that was my first tour. And we had to be the clowns of the circus. Exóticos, since 1940s, were the clowns of the circus. They were just to make people laugh and do all this vulgar and the language was very ugly. And then when we came along, we said, we need to respect us first, with respect and dignity. And my fame is from the dressing room to the ring. It's like my 2 minutes of fame, like, oh, I feel pretty and I have my gowns and I have everything. But once I step in the ring, I'm like, now you're gonna watch. And the man side kicks in. And that's why I always say duality has always been my strength, because I can go either female or I can go either male. So they're screwed there with me. But now, since I don't know, we call it baby face. Before there were villains, I was a villain. And now they call us baby face, or the crowd favorites, no? Which is amazing because people, that's how accepting we are with people, with the fans, with the promoters. And today we can tell you that there's a lot of exóticos and we're all not going nowhere. We're staying here, we're going strong, and there's a lot to do. There's the book's almost out of my life, and then there's a feature film coming out of my life also with a big company, so stay tuned with it. And I just want to say that, you know, just self-love and self-care. I do the little self-love and self-care and love yourself through whatever it is. Whatever adversity and diversity you're going through, self-love and self-care. And if you love yourself a little bit, you know what you're gonna do.
Wonderful. Isn't that great? I love it. Thank you again, Cassandro, for being here. And we will continue on. I don't know where Anthony went.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you, everybody.
Gracias.